Have you heard about this wildly viral book this summer called The Tell by Amy Griffin? Now, number one, I have to confess, I haven't read the book. Number two, I don't really care about the allegations that perhaps the memories that Amy claims to have uncovered in the memoir through MDMA based therapy are true or false. There was a scathing expose in the New York Times saying there are several reasons to believe that perhaps Amy Griffin did not suffer the sexual abuse that she said that she did in the book. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. You can go down a rabbit hole about that all you want, because what I'm really fascinated by is the absolute privilege behind this book. I am constantly talking to people who are aspiring to be authors. That's my job. And helping them to get to the finish line is my greatest passion in life. I love helping people share their stories. One of the things that's really difficult is that so many people want to find a traditional Big Five New York publishing house to publish their book. And I break hearts left, right, and center because I am brutally honest. I'm very transparent and I'm very authentic. Tragically, in this day and age, it does not matter if they are a doctor at the top hospital. It doesn't matter if they are a serial entrepreneur with several multi-million-dollar exits. It doesn't matter if they are brilliant and kind and compassionate and founded a nonprofit that saves the environment. What matters is how many followers you have. And I say this time and again, but this expose in the New York Times about The Tell by Amy Griffin was a perfect example of this. Turns out Amy comes from a wealthy family to begin with in Texas. Next, she married a hedge fund guy, and she is basically running around in circles with multimillionaires and billionaires in New York. She sits on the board of the Met Gala. And so when she said she wanted to write a book, what went into her book proposal was a laundry list of the celebrities who would be backing her up, including Gwenyth Paltrow, who she failed to mention that she was an investor in Goop. If you show up to a publisher with a list of people that you can get, including, oh, by the way, a friend of yours is friends with Oprah. So you're going to get Oprah, Reese Witherspoon, Katie Couric, and that goes into your book proposal, you're going to get $1 million advance. That's the way it goes. Okay. That's what the average person is competing with today. Amy got a book deal with a Big Five New York publisher, $1 million advance. Did she work with a ghostwriter? Yes. Everyone does. That's normal. But, she did a fantastic job and had a massive book launch and was on every top podcast and on TV and talking about it. So if you have a $77 million townhouse and connections to all the movers and shakers, you're going to get a book deal. But what about the rest of us? What if Amy had been a middle-class nurse with this same story about having uncovered trauma that she never knew was there before in her childhood, and how, that had created this kind of quest for perfectionism? Would she have gotten a book deal? Sadly, no. And it breaks my heart to tell you this, but this really is an important story to share so that you understand that the way the publishing works is to reward people who already have a following and already have a lot of money and resources they can put into promotion. Books with the kind of celebrity connections that can pump sales. That's what they're looking for. What does this mean for you? Don't despair. Please don't despair. I really want you to share your story with the world. It just means that you have to be strategic. It means that instead of pouring your effort for a year or more into trying to chase down that publishing deal, just get your book written and get it out there. We can help you. I would love to help you. We have editors, ghostwriters. We can help you with the publishing process, hybrid publishing, where you pay a small amount of money and your book is up on Amazon, it's on Kindle Direct Publishing, you have an audiobook, you're in Ingram Spark being distributed to independent bookstores. There's no difference between your book and the books being published by the Big Five to the rest of the world. There's no difference. The tell does not exist, and you can do it. I believe in you, I can help you, and I want to see your story out there. And if you say, but who cares? Nobody's going to read it anyway because I don't have this huge marketing budget. That's not true. You have to think of your impact in terms of dozens of people rather than thousands. You may not the money, the resources, the fame, the connections, the following to get your book in front of millions of people, but you can get it in front of dozens. And you build a book tribe, you reach out to your friends, you ask them to share it, you ask them to write reviews, you maybe go on a service like BookBub where you drop your book price to 99 cents for a week so that it cranks it out to a bunch of avid readers. Because not just to boost your sales number, but just to get your book in front of more people who then will share it. There are strategies. You can get on many podcasts. There are the top podcasts like Mel Robbins, Glennon Doyle, that kind of thing, where you don't have much hope of unless you're Amy Griffin and have a PR team or friends who can get you on. But you know what? There are so many amazing podcasts out there that are looking for guests all the time and would love to have you on. So it is completely doable. And I just want to kind of rip back the Band-Aid and expose a bit what the reality of publishing is today. I hope you will still consider writing your book and go for your audience, go for those loyal followers who need to hear your message from you. You could change a life, you could save a life, your story matters. Don't be disheartened.